position constituted an offence under Polish Penalty Code 1997, which stipulates that he's acting on behalf of the public of Poland in diplomatic relations with other countries and is not standing up for the interests of the country, is committing the offence and may be sentenced to prison. Thereafter, the current government is still holding the office. Also interestingly, the opposition voted in Parliament to put forward a request to Russian government for factual investigation. But the cabinet, having majority in the Parliament, rejected the bill, and the Prime Minister, Donald Tusk, was conveniently off on the clear voting and so was his ministry. Now, what did the Russia say about the Smolensk crash? That's very interesting. In October 2010, the International Aviation Committee, which was leading the investigation in Russia, released a draft report on the crash. The conclusions named pilot error, and provided very little evidence to support the charges. The head of MAS, Tatiana Alovina, who is, by the way, a former KGB agent, told the media there were serious flaws with the preparation of the crew, control over the flights, and the choice of alternative airports were concerned. Polish government was given very little time to respond, considering that all the documents that we received were in Russian. We have to translate them into Polish. Then we have to write our report in Polish and translate it again to Russian. Polish government managed to send 150 comments to the report, however these were never included in the final Russian report, which was sent to Poland in January 2011. Shocking to us, but maybe not to others. The appearance of which, by the way, did not interrupt the Polish Prime Minister's holiday in Italy. What about the report of the Civil Aviation Committee in Poland about this interesting crash? Shortly after the Russians' report, the Civil Aviation Committee, who was preparing the report on request of the Polish government, openly confirmed that the air traffic controllers at Tbilisi airport were misleading the pilots by confirming that plane was on the right path and course when it wasn't. Furthermore, the committee confirmed that meteorological station at the airport was providing inaccurate information with regards to density of the fog about Smolensk airport. What was the public reaction to that? The media, as I mentioned previously, the media controlled by the establishment did not inform widely of the results of the Civil Aviation Committee report, keeping the public unaware of the situation. These who knew the truth, crowded in front of the presidential palace, which now was habited by whom? By Bronisław Komorowski, the best friend of Prime Minister. The best friend of Prime Minister, praying and raising protests. Wooden cross has been set up on the square to commemorate those who died, but the authorities did not give consent. As the attempts to remove the cross met with angriness of the cross, the government get the church involved. But again, with no result. As despair, under the shade of the night, the cross was removed from the square. We see that any further ignorance in relation to crime may have irrevocable consequences. By the observance of Putin's maneuver in international politics, it becomes clear that he intends to gain control over Europe and is determined to achieve it by army. We therefore believe that honest investigation of this matter is in the heart of the interest of all European countries. Therefore, we appeal to the world here on Trafalgar Square so that the international pressure can be exercised an international investigation into the crash has to be set up. At the moment, we have a lot of evidence to suspect that the flight was not an accident, and if it was not an accident, it was a mass murder. So if we go and we stand up for Libya in Africa, why we don't stand up for Polish citizens who ask for help, having no help from the government?
Polacy jest te same rasystki.
Kciuki polskiej telewizji. To jest wasza relacja. Badać polskich kciuków. Biegnij tam, a jest Balaska białego.
Ja jest podejrzewam reporterem.